Welcome in, everyone. If you are someone who just loves digging into the actual science behind your daily routines, and, you really want to know what the absolute frontier of skincare engineering looks like right now, you are exactly where you need to be.
Oh, absolutely.
Today, we're taking a highly specialized deep dive into the cutting edge of K-beauty. And I want to be clear right up front, we aren't just looking at, like, a standard moisturizer today.
No, definitely not.
We are fully unpacking the science, the delivery systems, and the clinical logic behind a really premium regimen. It's the ICD Radiansome 100 Microfluidizer Premium Set.
It's a really interesting space to analyze right now.
Yeah.
The level of pharmaceutical-grade engineering that's just bleeding over into consumer cosmetics, I mean, it is completely changing how we understand topical absorption.
Right. And to just ground us in time for a second, because, the skincare market moves at the speed of light.
It really does.
Today is March 4th, 2026, and we are looking directly at the product page on kbeauty-usa.com for this specific set. It retails for $300, and it's currently on pre-order. It's actually scheduled to start shipping in just a few days on March 15th.
Which is pretty exciting.
It is, so you are getting an under-the-hood look right as this technology hits the market.
And I think that's super helpful timing for anyone out there evaluating their options. When we look at a premium pre-order like this one, the actual logistics of acquiring it provide some pretty interesting context.
Oh, for sure.
For example, kbeauty-usa.com offers free shipping for any order over $200.
Nice.
Right? And since this set is $300, it automatically clears that bar. They even have financing options, like 4 interest-free installments, which is a really neat accessibility detail. But there's a much more critical detail on this storefront that consumers really need to understand regarding the premium skincare market as a whole.
Oh, you were talking about the authenticity disclaimer, right?
Exactly.
Because, the counterfeit market for high-end skincare is just like the Wild West right now.
It really is. It's a huge issue. So the top of the site carefully notes that kbeauty-usa.com is operated by an independent Ryman planner.
Okay.
It is not the corporate Ryman.com website.
Right, that's an important distinction.
It is. In a landscape where third-party sellers are just everywhere, the site really emphasizes its authenticity guarantee. They specifically point out the Ryman Authenticity Seal, which is placed on every single item.
Every item. Yeah.
A small detail. But if you're investing in highly engineered formulas, checking for that holographic seal the very moment you open the box, that's your baseline reassurance that you actually have the technology we're about to discuss.
Okay, let's unpack this, because the technology behind this formula is what actually caught my attention in the first place. The namesake tech of this 3-piece bundle is called microfluidizer technology.
Yes.
And the source material describes it as, and brace yourself for this string of words, okay?
I'm ready.
It calls it advanced diamond ultrafine capillary multi-permeation technology.
It is quite a mouthful.
Right. I read that and immediately thought, like, are we launching a satellite or are we washing our face?
Yeah, the branding is aggressive.
But if we strip away all that marketing enthusiasm, what is this actually doing on a mechanical level?
What's fascinating here is the why behind that intense terminology.
Okay.
The fundamental biological challenge of all skincare is the stratum corneum.
The outermost layer of your skin.
Exactly. Your skin's primary job, just evolutionarily speaking, is to act as an impermeable wall.
Right.
It is literally designed to keep water inside your body and keep pathogens, pollution, and chemicals out.
So it's basically a microscopic brick wall.
That is the exact model dermatologists use. The dead skin cells are the bricks, and the lipids are the mortar. So a skincare product is quite literally only as good as its ability to bypass that wall.
Which is hard to do.
Very hard. And that's where the microfluidizer technology comes in. It's a mechanical process. It forces the active ingredients through these microscopic diamond channels at incredibly high pressure.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that process shrinks them down to an ultra-fine micron level.
Okay, so I picture it like it's like trying to throw a basketball through a chain link fence versus throwing a handful of extremely fine sand.
That is a perfect analogy.
Like the basketball just bounces right off the barrier. It's too big. But the sand slips right through the tiny gaps.
Exactly. By micronizing the formula, it doesn't just sit on top of your face feeling heavy or greasy. It absorbs lightly, smoothly, and deeply.
Which is what you want.
Right. And that micro-level delivery is the entire thesis of the product. It allows the active ingredients to actually enhance radiance and hydration by getting into the skin, rather than just evaporating off the surface within an hour.
But that brings up the obvious question. What exactly are they sending through that chain link fence?
The ingredients.
Right. The core of this Radiansome 100 line relies on two proprietary active technologies, and both of them are built around a botanical that has been used for centuries. Giant Centella asiatica.
Yes,
But Centella is literally everywhere now. You can find it in $10 drugstore creams.
Oh.
So what makes this specific application of it so different?
The difference lies entirely in the processing. The first proprietary technology they've developed is called beam-pool calisome.
Beam-pool calisome.
Right. They don't just harvest the centella out of a random field. They develop it using blue LED cultivation technology.
Wait, blue LEDs?
Yeah.
I am super familiar with red light therapy for human skin, but why subject a plant to blue light?
It actually comes down to cellular stress.
Stress?
Yes. In controlled agricultural environments, specific wavelengths of light trigger very specific biological responses in plants.
Okay.
The blue LED cultivation is designed to intentionally stress the plant.
Oh, I see.
And that stress forces the giant centella to produce a much higher concentration of its defensive compounds, specifically flavonoids and polyphenols.
Let's break this down for the listener for a second. If I'm reading the science right, flavonoids and polyphenols are essentially potent natural antioxidants, right? They are basically the plant's immune system.
Precisely. They protect the plant from environmental damage. So by cultivating the centella under those blue LEDs, they are maximizing that natural defense mechanism.
That is so smart.
It is. The technology then refines and stabilizes those specific bioactive compounds from the plant's callus extract. So you're taking a traditional, soothing botanical, supercharging its antioxidant output, and then micronizing it.
That makes a ton of sense. You are harvesting the plant at its absolute peak defensive state.
Exactly.
And that brings us to the second proprietary technology listed in the source, Centellac GT.
Right.
This is their signature fermented complex.
Yeah.
They take that giant centella and they combine it with Jiju camellia flower petals.
A great combination.
But instead of just blending them into a standard extract, they ferment them together using a centella-derived lactobacillus.
And fermentation is arguably the absolute cornerstone of modern K-beauty. There is a very rigorous scientific reason for that.
Walk us through it.
Think about what fermentation actually does. It is a metabolic process where microorganisms, in this case the lactobacillus bacteria, break down complex organic compounds into much simpler ones.
It's almost like the bacteria are pre-digesting the ingredients for your skin.
That is a highly accurate way to look at it. Fermentation drastically lowers the molecular weight of the ingredients,
Which helps with absorption.
massive botanical molecules that could normally never penetrate the skin barrier are broken down into smaller, biocompatible amino acids and organic acids.
And that perfectly complements the microfluidizer technology.
Exactly. They're attacking the size problem from two different angles. But beyond just size, fermentation actually enhances the synergy of the ingredients.
How so?
The centella and the camellia petals, when they're fermented together by the lactobacillus, they produce entirely new skin conditioning metabolites.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it delivers a refined radiance you simply cannot extract from the raw plants on their own.
It is really a brilliant collision of disciplines. You have ancient botanical wisdom meeting space age, blue LED, light stress, and then precision bacterial fermentation on top of it.
It's impressive engineering.
So how does this highly engineered science experiment actually translate to a daily routine for you at home?
Right, the application.
We need to look at the three-step ritual. And let's be clear, if you're listening to this deep dive, you already know how to put cream on your face.
Definitely.
We're going to just read you the application manual. What we want to dissect is the mechanical function of each step and why they have to happen in a specific order.
Form and function are tightly linked here. Step 1 is the toner, which comes in a 100 milliliter bottle.
Okay.
The source designates this as the brightening first step. And crucially, it is formulated with an advanced liposome system.
Stop right there, because liposome is a word that gets thrown around in skincare marketing constantly.
Oh, all the time.
Before we talk about massaging this into the skin, what exactly is a liposome in this specific context? Is it like a microscopic delivery vehicle?
Yes, think of a liposome as a microscopic Trojan horse.
A Trojan horse.
Exactly. A liposome is a tiny spherical sac made of phospholipids.
Okay.
And that is the exact same material that makes up the cell membranes of human skin.
Oh, that's clever.
Because the outside of the liposome looks identical to your own skin cells, the stratum corneum doesn't recognize it as a foreign substance to block.
It just accepts it.
Right. Once the liposome merges with the skin barrier, it releases the water-soluble ingredients trapped inside its core directly into the deeper layers.
So the toner isn't just splashing water on your face. It's actually deploying these liposomes to deliver long-lasting hydration and establish that initial luminous, dewy glow.
Exactly.
It basically creates a hydrated, permeable environment for what comes next. Which brings us to step 2, the essence.
Yes, the essence.
Now, I have to point out a somewhat humorous discrepancy on the storefront here.
Oh, the typo.
Yeah. The big, bold heading for this product calls it a 50 milliliter bottle. But if you scroll down to the fine print volume list at the bottom, it clearly says 30 milliliters.
It is a classic storefront typo. You see it all the time with these pre-order pages.
Right.
But honestly, regardless of the exact bottle volume, the function of the essence is the absolute biological workhorse of this routine.
Good to know.
The source labels it the 4-week tone brightening essence, and it notes it uses an evolved liposome formula. Because it is an essence or an ampoule, it is incredibly concentrated.
And its specific mandate is to just go to war against dullness.
Yes.
The documentation explicitly states it is designed to target 3 distinct tone concerns: dark tone, yellow tone, and brown tone.
Right.
From a biological standpoint, why specify those 3 exact colors?
Because those colors represent completely different mechanisms of cellular damage.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Brown and dark tones are typically driven by melanin overproduction.
Like from the sun?
Exactly. UV exposure or even hormonal shifts, which results in localized hyperpigmentation.
Okay.
Yellow tones, on the other hand, are frequently the result of glycation or oxidative stress.
What does that mean for the skin?
It's where proteins in the skin literally degrade and become rigid. The skin loses its natural translucency and starts to look sallow.
Wow.
By utilizing an evolved liposome formula, this highly concentrated essence is attempting to reach the deeper basal layers where that melanin is actually produced. It fights all 3 of those distinct damage pathways to create a clearer complexion overall.
Which sets the perfect stage for the grand finale. Step 3, the cream.
The final step.
And this one is definitely a 50 milliliter jar. It is the brightening and firming radiance cream.
If the toner preps the skin and the essence does the really targeted repair work, the cream serves a very specific architectural purpose.
Architectural.
Yes. It is the sealant. It refines and physically locks in all those microscopic ingredients you just applied in steps 1 and 2.
Oh, I see.
It creates what the source describes as a transparent, elastic glow finish.
Here's where it gets really interesting, is the whole concept of synergy.
Yes. Beauty regimens are often criticized by people for having too many steps.
People say it takes too long.
Right. But when you look at the actual mechanics here, they are entirely interdependent. You don't just use a toner or a cream in total isolation.
No, you shouldn't.
You apply the first step, liposome toner, to bypass the barrier. Then you inject the highly concentrated turn-correcting essence into that newly permeable layer.
Exactly.
And then you apply the firming cream to physically seal the barrier shut, trapping all the active ingredients inside.
It is a complete closed-loop system for barrier enhancement. But of course, theoretically, sound engineering is just one thing. Actually proofing it works on living human skin is another.
Very true.
The claims being made about hydration and tone correction are significant, which is why we have to look at the clinical data provided in the source.
And this is the part I love, because they didn't just throw this at a wall and hope it stuck.
No, they tested it. The clinical findings were conducted at the P&K Skin Clinical Research Center. They utilized tests run between January and October of 2025 on diverse groups of adult women.
Right.
And the data establishes 2 completely different operational timelines for you as the user: instant triage and long-term renovation.
Let's start with the instant triage, which primarily revolves around hydration.
Okay.
The clinical tests demonstrated that the essence provides an immediate hydration improvement after just 1 single use.
Just 1.
Yes. The very moment it absorbs, the moisture levels in the skin physically spike.
But to be fair, a spike is easy. I can splash tap water on my face and get a hydration spike on a monitor.
That's true.
The truly impressive part is the lasting power. The clinical data on the toner showed it provides up to 12 hours of sustained hydration after a single application.
And that 12-hour metric is vital. It proves the liposomes are actually functioning properly.
They aren't just evaporating away.
Exactly. They are trapped within the skin layers, slowly releasing moisture over half a day. Furthermore, The toner actively helps improve the appearance of a damaged skin barrier caused by external irritation.
Which is huge.
It is. And importantly, for anyone out there dealing with compromised skin, the source notes the toner completed a primary irritation test specifically for sensitive skin.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it was conducted on 32 adults ranging from ages 20 to 55.
So on day 1, minute 1, the system is designed to safely hydrate and begin repairing the microscopic cracks in the lipid mortar of your skin barrier.
Right.
But then we shift to the long-term innovation, the tone brightening. And this requires a very specific commitment from you.
It does.
Both the essence and the cream share a critical, clinically validated 4-week timeline.
4 weeks is not an arbitrary marketing number. It is deeply tied to human biology.
How so?
The life cycle of a standard epidermal skin cell from the moment it's born in the basal layer to the moment it naturally sheds off the surface of your face is roughly 28 days, or 4 weeks.
So you literally have to wait for a completely new generation of skin cells to migrate all the way to the surface to see the real structural changes.
Exactly. You cannot instantly erase deep hyperpigmentation. According to the clinical studies, after that 4-week mark of dedicated use, the essence visibly brightens those dark yellow and brown undertones we discussed earlier.
And simultaneously, hitting that exact same 28-day milestone, the cream supports visible improvement in specific hyperpigmented areas.
Yes.
The data explicitly calls out melasma, freckles, dark spots, and general surface discoloration. Over those 4 weeks, the cream also clinically enhances both radiance and firmness in those targeted areas.
It's a comprehensive structural overhaul.
So what does this all mean? If you are out there trying to optimize your routine, or you just want to understand what you are actually paying for when you buy a $300 skincare set, this deep dive strips away the mystery.
It really does.
The frontier of K-beauty isn't about magical secret plants anymore. It is entirely about delivery mechanics.
Delivery is everything.
The microfluidizer technology, shrinking the ingredients down to the micron level, is literally the only way to get those stress-induced blue LED flavonoids and fermented camellia extracts past the biological brick wall of your skin.
Exactly right.
You get the immediate 12-hour hydration to protect your barrier today, while you commit to the 4-week cellular turnover for the hyperpigmentation results next month.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, analyzing this product page gives us a really fascinating blueprint of where topical science is heading overall.
Oh, absolutely.
We're watching the bridging of...
I want to leave you with this thought to mull over today. If cosmetic scientists can successfully shrink highly active botanical compounds down to the microscopic level, encasing them in evolved liposomes that slip seamlessly past our skin's highly evolved natural defenses just to heal hyperpigmentation.
Right.
How long until this exact microfluidizer technology completely revolutionizes the medical field?
That is the million-dollar question.
If we can engineer a reliable pathway through the stratum corneum for a dewy glow, the applications for delivering essential daily medicines or life-saving topical treatments directly into the human bloodstream without a needle, it must be right around the corner.
It's a profound thought.
It's a wild frontier to watch. Keep digging, keep questioning the science behind your routines, and we hope you thoroughly enjoy your next deep dive. See you next time.